Ah yes, A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess. What a pleasant thing to put into your golova, especially before bed. Hello drugs, this is Check That Book, and we are going to introduce ourselves to A Clockwork Orange. Now, first of all, I would like to address the very meaning behind the word dystopia. What it is in literature, what does it mean? Well, not many people do understand that it means great suffering and or injustice within a near, well, not such a near future perspective. And in the case of A Clockwork Orange, well, that's exactly what we see. A Clockwork Orange contains different kinds of violence, and it is not an easy read in a sense of language. The Nadsat language, that is basically a mixture of English and Russian words. And honestly, this is as being a multi-speaker myself, reading this book was the closest I could explain to somebody when asked how does it feel to be bilingual, or in my case actually multilingual. It's not just two languages for me. It's the closest I can get to explaining what's going on in my head from time to time. And yeah, in that sense it wasn't a very difficult read from this point of view, if that makes sense. There is a glossary in the book as well, but I didn't really need it. But I do understand why so many people complain about the book in a sense of it being a difficult read, because you have to go back to the glossary and confirm certain words for yourself just to make sense of things. I totally get it, and it goes on like this for the entirety of the book, but specifically the first two chapters, yes, it is a bit tricky. So the violence, does it live up to the hype? Well, there is a physical violence of a hooligan, and there's also a nightmarish violence of scientists and totalitarian politicians and shit like that. It is a dystopian future that Burgess portrays, and it's not fun. It's bleak as all hell, and after reading this book, you really don't want to be a part of that future. This book is basically a first-person account of a juvenile delinquent who undergoes state-sponsored rehabilitation treatment, so to speak. Yeah, I guess that would be the correct way to put it. I mean, it's as simple as that. There's a bad guy with his gang of bad guys doing bad things. Very bad things, matter of fact. Basically, this book acts kind of like a warning against ultra-violence, promoting violence. You have everything in this book. I mean, not like in the previous one, but, well, we have subjects such as breaking and entering, robbery, rape, your average everyday violence, if you know what I mean. If you're a fan of a disturbing genre, then yeah, violence, that's it. Humiliation, and in the end of it all, murder, of course. The novel raises important ethical questions, such as whether it is better for a person to decide to be bad, than to be forced to become good, you know? And if forcibly suppressing free will in that sense is acceptable at all, because that is the subject I got out of it, free will and anarchy debate. For a satirical black comedy, this book is dark, and you really have to be a die-hard disturbing genre fan to get it and not allow it to get under your skin. You just kind of roll with it, and you might even get a laughter or two out of it, because Alex, the main antagonist, protagonist, antagonist, anti-protagonist, proto-antagonist, I don't know how to call him. I'm just starting to invent my own words now, because really, you don't feel for him at all, you don't care. I didn't, but it was entertaining to hear what he has to say. The sponsored psychological rehabilitation program that's mentioned in this book, the Ludovico treatment, Ludovico, I'm bad. Ludovico treatment, does it actually work? Does it really? I'm not gonna spoil the book for you, all of you guys who haven't read it, but yeah, I mean, come on, this is totalitarian society. As for the psychological treatment itself, well, being educated in psychology kind of gives me a little bit of say here again, like in the previous video. Yes, the treatment is curious. It brings something new to the table, but does it make you squirm? Does it make you feel disturbed and uncomfortable? Honestly, not really. Maybe I'm just desensitized to the disturbing content, but I tried my best. Definitely not as disturbed as Alex himself is during the treatment and after the treatment. But yeah, you should see for yourself. Go read the book or watch a movie which follows the book quite accurately, with a couple of major differences there, specifically the age gap difference and the consensual versus non-consensual sex scenes. Well, yeah. Sorry if breaking and entering, murder and rape is your thing and your idea of a fun time, alongside with some complicated language, complicated linguistics, I would say even. Yeah, give it a try. It's a classic. I had to go with one of the classics. I've never read the book before. I've done a review, not a review. I keep saying I'm doing reviews, but I actually don't. It's like a trailer to a book, just without the violent, gory pictures. Just me babbling about a book, without actually spoiling it. I hope that is clear. So yeah, Stanley Kubrick's film. I should mention it, of course. For those of you who don't like reading, I totally get it, but for some reason you still ended up on this channel. I mean, good for you, because most of those books have film adaptations, and if you don't read it, I totally understand if you find this kind of literature difficult. But I do encourage you to give it a try, because it's rare to see an author play with words so well. As somebody who writes myself, I totally applaud that, and I think it's great. But yeah, my overall opinion would be that it is easier to watch the film, of course, although Stanley Kubrick is not an easy director, not at all. So yeah, viewer discretion and reader discretion advised, naturally. Once upon a time. Thank you so much for watching this introduction to A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess. Finally, give this video a boost in a form of an erect thumb and a subscription perhaps. Anyways, be mindful, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!